Chapter 10. Money in Proprietary Compounds. Proprietary Kings and How They Acquired Power, Patent Medicine Secrets Given Away, where Perry Davis found his recipe, the parent of the killers, men who made their pile in pills, fortunes in bitters, electricity, or mustard plasters, the story of a discovery, how a man made a fortune with an Indian cure, what's in a name. The mighty Lubeck, tons of drugs taken every day, triumph of soothing syrup, a new patent medicine for every day of the year, the man who took everything. Owners of proprietary compounds have built up great fortunes in the sale of their concoctions. Our drugstores are filled with patent medicines, and millions of cures are sold annually. The names of some of these, such as Hostetter, Brandreth, and Mother Winslow, have become household words, proving how largely and universally their medicines have sold. The story is told of one credulous hypochondriac who, on the theory that of many shots someone is likely to hit, actually took every kind of patent medicine in the world, or at least of every sort he had heard about. As there are more than 360 diverse concoctions, this genius must have taken a different kind for every day of the year, or else have extended his experiments through a long period, which seems impossible under the circumstances. It is said that Perry Davis obtained his famous discovery in the form of a recipe in an old newspaper which he found in an outhouse. This was the foundation of one of the largest fortunes in patent medicines, and it was the parent of all the killers. The men who have made their piles in pills may be counted by the hundred. Perhaps the soothing syrup success is the most signal example of Pomatum in parvo. It is sold by the million bottles, and yet it is nothing but a little paregoric dropped in some sweet mixture. Lubeck is a mighty name, but anybody can be a Lubeck so far as the question of perfumery goes. Among the anecdotes of medicine vendors, we have only space for one or two. A man was crying up the virtues of an electric belt, and it was found that he had adroitly attached a strip of mustard plaster to the magic band, and this when heated by contact with the warm skin produced redness and an itching, which were supposed by the too trusting patient to be the effects of the healing electricity. Another man has made a fortune with an Indian plant. He travels about the country with what he advertises to be a troupe of Indians, giving performances and hawking his cures. The Indians are New York toughs, and the medicine plant is a common pasture weed. We give no sort of countenance to these frauds, but, dismissing them all, there are still both profit to the patient and profit to the maker in the taking of proprietary medicines. To succeed in this line, one should first have an article of genuine merit, and then advertise lavishly. Below are given some recipes quite as good as those that have made fortunes for their possessors, and in some cases the exact formulas of these widely renowned medicines are given. 298. Healing Ointment. One of the most celebrated of ointments is composed of these simple ingredients: butter, lard, Venice turpentine, white wax and yellow wax. Here is a rule for another ointment: fresh butter, 3/4 pound, beeswax, 4 ounces, yellow resin, 3 ounces, melt together, add vinegar of cantharides, 1 fluid ounce, and simmer the whole with constant agitation for 10 or 12 minutes, or until the moisture is nearly evaporated, then add of Canada balsam 1 ounce, express oil of mace, 1 dram, balsam of Peru, 10 or 12 drops. Again stir well, allow mixture to settle, and when about half cold pour into pots previously slightly warmed, and allow it to cool very slightly. There is nothing else but to put on your label and expose for sale. 299. Spasm Killer. Acetate of morphia, 1 grain, spirit of sal volatile and sulfuric ether, 1 fluid ounce each, camphor julep, 4 ounces. Keep closely corked in a cool place and shake well before use. Dose: 1 teaspoonful in a glass of cold water as required. Here is another: spirits of camphor, 2 ounces, tincture of capsicum, 1 ounce, tincture of guaiac, 1/2 ounce, tincture of myrrh, 1/2 ounce, alcohol, 4 ounces. This is Perry Davis's famous medicine. 300. Anti-Malaria. 1 ounce each of Peruvian bark and cream of tartar, cloves 1/2 dram reduced to fine powder. Dose: 1 1/2 dram every 3 hours. 301. Hostetter's bitters. Here is the recipe for the famous bitters: calamus root, 2 pounds, orange peel, 2 pounds, Peruvian bark, 2 pounds, gentian root, 2 pounds, columbo root, 2 pounds, rhubarb, 8 ounces, cloves, 2 ounces, cinnamon, 4 ounces, diluted alcohol, 4 gallons, water, 2 gallons, sugar, 2 pounds. 302. Toothache yeast, liquor of ammonia, 2 parts, laudanum, 1 part, apply on lint. 303. Candy digest, lump sugar, 1 pound, water, 3 ounces, dissolve by heat, add cardamom seeds, ginger, and rhubarb, of each 1 ounce. When the mixture is complete, pour it out on an oiled slab or into molds. 304. Cough lozenges, lacticarium, 2 drams, ipecacuanha, 1 dram, squills, 3/4 dram, extract of licorice, 2 ounces, sugar, 6 ounces, make into a mash with mucilage of tragacanth, and divide into 20-grain lozenges. 305. Lover's hair oil, makes the hair glossy. Castor oil, 1 pound, white wax, 4 ounces, melt together, add when nearly cold, of essence of bergamot, 3 drams, oil of lavender, 1/2 dram, essence of ambergris, 10 drops. 306. Purgative powder, equal parts of julep and cream of tartar, colored with a little red bull, dose, a teaspoonful in broth or warm water 2 or 3 times daily. 307. Consumption wafers, 2 parts each, lump sugar and starch in powdered form, powdered gum, 1 part, made into a lozenge mass with vinegar of squills, oxymel of squills, and ipecacuanha wine, equal parts, gently evaporated to 1/6 their weight, with the addition of lacticarium in proportion of 20 to 30 grains to every ounce of the powders, the mass being divided into half-inch squares weighing about 7 1/2 grains. 308. Beef, iron, and wine. Here is a recipe for Liebig's famous extract: beef juice, 1/2 ounce, ammonium citrate of iron, 256 grains, spirit of orange, 1/2 fluid ounce, distilled water, 1/2 ounce, sherry wine sufficient to make 16 fluid ounces. Dissolve the ammonium citrate of iron in the water, dissolve the extract of beef in the sherry wine, add the spirit of orange, and mix the solution. 309. Spring tonic. Calamus root, 2 pounds, orange peel, 2 pounds, Peruvian bark, 2 pounds, gentian root, 2 pounds, columbo root, 2 pounds, rhubarb, 8 ounces, cinnamon, 4 ounces, cloves, 2 ounces, diluted alcohol, 4 gallons, water, 2 gallons, sugar, 2 pounds. 310. Dr. Pierce's Golden Medical Discovery. Here is all there is of Dr. Pierce's Golden Medical Discovery. It is no doubt a good thing, but you can make it yourself. A $1 bottle holds 220 grains of a brownish-colored, clear liquid, consisting of 15 grains of pure honey, 1 grain of extract of acrid lettuce, 2 grains of laudanum, 100 grains of diluted alcohol, with 105 grains of water. 311. Bedbug Exterminator. Corrosive sublimate, 1 ounce, muriatic acid, 2 ounces, water, 4 ounces, dissolve, then add turpentine, 1 pint, decoction of tobacco, 1 pint. Mix. For the decoction of tobacco, boil 2 ounces of tobacco in 1 pint of water. The mixture must be applied with a paintbrush. If well applied, this is a sure destroyer of bed bugs. It is a deadly poison. 312. Catarrh cured. 1/2 gram of carbolic acid, 1/2 gram of camphor, and 10 grams of common salt, which are to be dissolved in 4/7 of a liter of water and injected into the nostrils. You can call it the Excelsior, for it is excelled by none. 313. Lip Pomatum. For chapped lips, lard, 16 parts, cacao oil, 24 parts, spermaceti, 8 parts, yellow wax, 3 parts, alcanna root, 1 part. The substances are fused for 1/4 of an hour at a gentle heat, then strain through a cloth, and mix with oil of lemon and oil of bergamot, each 1/6 part, oil of bitter almonds, 1/15 part, then the mass is poured into suitable vessels to cool. 314. Ointment for chapped hands. Camphor, 60 grs, boric acid, 30 grs, lanolin and white vaseline of each 1/2 ounce. 315. Cod-Liver oil emulsion. Yolks of 2 eggs, powdered sugar, 4 ounces, essence of oil of almonds, 2 drops, orange flower water, 2 ounces. Mix carefully with an equal bulk of cod-liver oil. This is a delicious emulsion. Of course, the dose is double that of the clear cod-liver oil. 316. Beauty water to remove freckles. Sulfocarbonate of zinc, 2 parts, glycerin, 25 parts, rose water, 25 parts, spirits, 5 parts. Dissolve and mix. Anoint twice daily, keeping the ointment on the skin from 1/2 to 1 hour, then wash off with cold water. Wear a dark veil when exposed to the sun. 317. Cough mixture. Syrup of poppies, syrup of squills, and paregoric, each 1/2 ounce. Mixed dose, a teaspoonful in a little warm water night and morning, or when the cough is troublesome. 318. Dr. Sage's Catarrh remedied. Here is the famous secret: 1/2 grm. Of carbolic acid, 1/2 grm. Of camphor and 10 grms. Of common salt, which are to be dissolved in 4/7 of a liter of water and injected into the nostrils. Its reputation is believed to be well deserved. 319. Diarrhea mixture. Wine of opium, 1 fluid ounce, tincture of valerian, 1 1/2 fluid ounces, ether, 1/2 fluid ounce, oil of peppermint, 60 minims, fluid extract of ipecac, 15 minims, alcohol enough to make 4 fluid ounces. This is the formula for a most celebrated patent medicine. The dose is a teaspoonful in a little water every 2 or 3 hours until relieved. 320. Blood Purifier. Equal to the best-selling compounds. For a bottle holding 220 grms, take 15 grms. Of pure honey, 1 grm. Extract of poisonous or acrid lettuce, 2 grms. Laudanum, 100 grms. Of diluted alcohol, with 105 grms. Of water. Make large quantities in like proportion.